if we don't have principles as the foundation for our decisions that we make, no matter where it's at in our life, then we're more subject to marketing, and we're more subject to hype, and we're more subject to following the herd and what's popular. And so, when we look at, things like average rates of return, which is what you just brought up, how do mutual funds market their wares, basically, right? How do they convince people to put money into them? Well, they say, well, here's our last 5 years average rate of return. Here's our last 3 years average rate of return. In 24 years, this is interesting side note, I've never met a single person who could tell me the name of any fund manager where they had money invested. They just couldn't even tell me one person. But what they do know, how do they make a decision? They look at past fund performance, right? In the marketing material, which is what it is, the marketing material that the fund family gives the employees, right?
Right.
So that they can choose where they're going to put their money. Well, how do people choose? They look at which one did the best, right? Which one had the highest average return over the last 5 years or 3 years or whatever.
Yep.
And if you've taken statistics in college, then you know that average is really actually a pretty terrible indicator to use for anything.
Right.
Mean is a much better, or a median is a much better indicator. And if you do use average, then you also need to know the range, like how high and how low. You need to know more information because averages can be super misleading.